have to get up before 7 o'clock.
Thank you.
Okay, so how do you?
I don't know if you know that that's the first work.
Yep, Excel rubric sheet thing, I don't know what it was.
I think even Nikki did that before 7 o'clock.
That's the first order of business today.
Yeah.
Chemistry class.
All in one.
See, that's the problem.
Hey.
Nikki.
And then you just turn it in.
Since 7.
The what?
Turned in 7.
Which one's that?
I turned in like 8 of them though.
I turned in all of mine.
You officially depressed me when I looked at those yesterday.
Yeah, I did all
Austin,
mine.
can you please email our stuff to us now?
I'm gonna pick on some people. It's not because I hate you, it's not because I think you're stupid. Get over it. It's because things are done wrong.
I did that too. It's okay.
There's like 3, maybe 4 of you did that same thing. No, put them together.
I did.
Oops. I didn't know how to put together my computer was letting me.
You're gonna have to figure it out. And I'm gonna allow you about 3 minutes to do that right now. If you can't figure it out, there's several other people in the room that have it figured out.
Do you
I
want
know
me,
from them.
do you want me to go and pull on that? Since like I didn't get one of them. Do you want me to go edit it and put it back?
Sure,
Okay.
that happens.
I still don't know Austin code, so.
I don't necessarily have a problem with that one. Austin, did you just literally not do anything because you didn't have chemistry class yet?
I am still getting some of this down.
Austin, what are you doing, Austin?
You just drag and drop this stuff?
You have to open them first.
You do?
Drag and drop the tabs from inside. That tab should say the name of whoever did it. Is this an evaluation about you done by somebody else?
No, I'm turning the.
This is an evaluation that you did
Yeah.
about Lisa?
Yeah.
Then that should say Austin on it. So sheet 1. Just double click on it. And you can change it. And then this is the kid that did it.
Yeah.
This should say Lisa.
No, that's mine.
Okay. Then that one should say whoever did it. And if it's yours, about you, then it should say Austin.
Okay.
And then you should go find the one from everybody else. You have to hit enter, finish. There you go. Now, if you open a different one, is that one about you too?
No, it's
Okay.
on Lisa.
When you open the ones that are about you, it should say whoever did it. And if it doesn't, you should fix it. So, let's pretend that was Lisa's evaluation of you. That should say Lisa on it. And you click and hold and drag over there. Left click and hold on that. Right on sheet 1. Oh, that's a right click. Left click and hold. Yep. Now, when you go over here, see that little kind of black triangle? This now on the left side. If you let go, it'll go over there. Pop right in there. And now you
So
got
like, do I have to write their name?
Yep.
I did it.
And that's the wrong thing to do. So we're going to control C. Oh, I can't. Grab the sheet again, control sheet 1. Pull it out here, in the middle of nowhere. There we go. And grab. He doesn't want to hold. Well, grab for 2 seconds. You should be able to pull that out of there. Now, everybody else, while we're on the topic, when you miss class, and we have class every other day, you have to show up at the next class with all the work done, ready to move on. If not, you're gonna be 4 days behind, instead of 2 days behind, instead of caught up. Because we're about to do some things that need to be done in class, and one of them is to correct the last thing, which Austin didn't do yet. So we're gonna have to go all grade school today and send Austin out of the room so we can correct it in class and make sure everybody knows what we're talking about. He's gonna miss the part where we explain everything. It becomes a horrible, rotten nightmare. And if one of you does that about once a week, then it becomes a horrible, rotten nightmare for me. Which you don't care about, and I understand. That's fine. But it's gonna change the way I interact with you. It's gonna make me cranky. It can't not make me cranky. So you have to get your stuff done. You have to get your stuff done on time. That is a work skill. That is one of the most important work skills that employers ask about all the time. Employers ask about attendance, and then they ask about getting stuff done on time. After that, they care about everything else. Those things are first. Did you see the article in the Mitchell paper about Trail King? In 2014, they hired 120-some new people. Cost them over $1 million to train them. One of them still works there. That's $1 million, just gone. You wanna know why everything costs so much these days? Probably even in your lifetime, you can remember the price of things from junior high to now, going up. The cost of training workers goes up. If the cost of training workers goes up and you happen to own a hospital or a clinic, the cost of healthcare is going up. The cost of everything goes up. Because we have people that don't show up, that don't get the job done on time. One of the main things employers look for. I will help you with that. That's probably going to mean you think I'm all over you. It's probably going to mean that you think I'm bitching at you. Probably going to mean I'm going to end up bitching at you a little bit from time to time. But you have to learn that. So, everybody has all of your worksheets concatenated, which is what I was helping us doing.
How do you submit it as a folder?
You don't submit it as a folder. They have to be all in one file.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Rubrics, yes.
Gosh dang it.
Are your rubrics in that folder, Hannah?
Yeah.
Open it up.
Yeah.
All of them need to be in one file.
Yeah, they were like, look.
We went on the line.
You know, that's a folder.
Awesome, you didn't. I waited for another class. And then I made another folder and through it.
It doesn't matter, it's still a folder. It has to be all in one file.
File is.
You have to open the files,
Put it into one document.
grab the tabs at the bottom, drop it on top of another
You
tab,
just
at
want
the
to show
bottom of another one.
her.
Do I need to show and tell one more time?
Yeah.
I can show and tell one more time. This will be the last time, though. You're gonna get it now, right? There's no such thing as giving up.
There is.
Better, better. Find somebody did it right. Use that as an example.
go over, like if you click on the
Yeah.
next. Okay, I didn't know.
The left arrow is black instead of gray, there's a whole bunch of them. This thing can be moved out of the way.
Oh.
This is just your scroll bar, by the way.
I was wondering for a second.
This is what we need to have.
Yes,
Now, in order to create that, you have to have two spreadsheets open on your page. And I can take this worksheet over here, and if I left click and hold on it, and I pull it over, you see the little, between Nikki and Jacob, you see the little black triangle thingy? I can drop it between Ronnie and Madison. That's how you do that. That's all it is. You have to open everything. It's easier, it's easier to stay organized if you only open two things at one time. So like Aurora has a whole bunch of rubrics all in one folder, which is a great idea. That's how I do it too. But the next thing I do is I open the top two, and I grab one tab and drag it into the other window. Each of these are called windows. So the skinny window is the big fat window. You take that tab and drag it over there. This is actually called a worksheet. This is called a workbook. And you grab this sheet into this workbook, and then you close this one and open the third one, and grab that sheet and drag it in there, and close it, and open the fourth one, and drag it over. Save this thing every couple, because you don't want to lose it. It should be saved with Jeffers in the front, underscore, Nikki, underscore, HS, underscore, what's in the box. And if you save it after the first one, all you have to do is click that little 3.5-inch floppy disk right there. Now, is there anybody that doesn't have that? Austin's got 3 tabs in his now.
And mine will load.
Oh, it probably did, it might be behind that.
No, it isn't.
Make this not take up
I
the whole thing.
I have the same problem and I had to restart my computer because the Excel quit. So
Your Excel freaks out on your
Yeah.
machines?
So I had to restart my computer.
So they have all that.
Save often. Guys, save often. Also, if you go to File, and then you go to, who's got Excel open? Austin, go to File for me, please. Go all the way to the bottom to Options. Hey, you're not listening. If you go to File, and then Options, and then go to Save, it's gonna save automatically every 10 minutes, which means you can lose 9 minutes and 59 seconds worth of work before it saves again. That's really stupid. Go erase to 0. Make it a 1. Then the most that you can ever lose is 59 seconds worth of work.
Okay.
The next time Excel freaks out and dies on you,
Okay, how do you do this?
you'll lose 1 minute instead of losing possibly 9
Did
and a
you
half.
say file options?
File, Options, Save.
Save. Internet.
Change the 10 minutes to 1 minute, and then also, there is a spot in here
1 minute.
where it asks you how many recent documents to save. And I'm not sure where it is in this version. I'm gonna let you know. It doesn't say recent documents anywhere, does it? That might be under save as well. Maybe I just didn't see it. Is there a scroll? So this number of recent workbooks, 25. So they changed that. So that's good. That used to say like 5, I think, or 9.
Show this number of unpaid recent folders and stuff. We need that.
No.
So I'm good with just.
If you just change the save, so that it automatically saves every minute, you'll be in a lot better shape. How much more time do you need to get this done?
Do that?
No, not to do that. I don't want you to do that until we're done with the other truck. We gotta take care of making sure that everybody's up to speed.
I don't think she knows just because.
And when I back out and I look, I still have 7 rubrics in it.
I sent mine in.
So they just count one as much as there was one person, because I swear I sent it out the information.
Can you
Okay, 4, 3. Because I sent my first one, and then I sent like somebody. And then you sent it.
Oh, it's just a postage stamp. Yeah. Is there anybody home that should find it for you? Can we get it from Mrs. Polk? I'll bet we can. Let me see if I can send an email and get that for you.
But it could literally take extra half hour. How long does it take to get it? Oh,
Right click delete.
Huh?
Erase the sheet. Right click delete.
Right?
Right click on the tab at the bottom.
Oh, I don't know what one.
can't I don't know what this is.
Isn't it weird that I have a sister?
What? Oh, yeah, I knew that, but.
It's weird. Still not processing.
She's really cute.
I've only seen one picture and it's not ugly. I don't have
Well,
that.
the one that you put on Facebook.
I can't see it on my Facebook. I don't have that one.
I'll show you.
And then isn't it weird that every Friday? I can't.
I don't, how old is she?
She's like in her 30s, but I still like can't. You know?
I can't believe it.
I'm like Jaden's 14. Bryce. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
can't.
in that picture, cause she like, they didn't clean her off before they took the picture.
That's the picture I got too. I don't like it.
Because everybody said. There's something that I'm not a boy.
And then I did it as a girl.
I know, but. Like when they first found out or whatever, it was like, really hope it's a boy, and it's like, it's a girl.
I'm being incorrect. That bugs me.
Next time I thought that was done, I was like, just wait till Bruce is on it.
I talked on the phone last night.
So my rubric still says 7,
I sent mine in.
and my final submissions still says 5.
I don't know, because I just sent mine in with all of them.
Yes, but it's not gonna change, because you sent me before.
Oh,
So you're one of the 7 that was in there before.
okay.
I need new people added. That should be 11, and so should be what's in the box's final submission.
I don't wanna
It should also be level.
Huh?
That one is
What,
five.
what, something you put in there with them? Okay.
Okay.
You can do that.
No.
Just like, wait, when?
Saturday or Friday, actually might go up Friday.
Oh, what?
What's that? Oh, that's why I was trying to get my email.
And in 2 minutes, we're moving on, and you're not working on this anymore.
Working on this.
You're supposed to be turning those in.
I already did.
Then you're good, you're not the person I'm talking to.
You sit here quietly.
I'd be talking to the other four.
Can I?
Or down here, I would be talking to the other six. What's in the box is final submission. And I can click on that, and it shows me plain as day who has not turned in their stuff. The program has its faults, but it has its good parts too. That's one of them. I'm guessing that your school has a policy about athletics and missing work and being behind.
Yeah, school doesn't follow it.
And I'm guessing that if you're out for football, and I have a chat with my principal, the football coach might find out.
What? No.
Just saying.
That's the only one that's up with football.
Great.
I hated mine. No, you
There's
didn't.
more volleyball.
Okay, which one do we turn it
I hated
into?
mine.
You turn the rubrics into the rubrics. You turn all of your final work.
Yeah, there's like two of them
That's
now.
in green.
No,
Yeah.
And black.
No, unless I'm crazy.
Sports.
which is
Like
possible.
it's flag.
I don't know what I do wrong the first 59 times, but
Then that's
I have to type
making
the password in like 60 times.
What's in the box is rubrics.
I guess technically you can suspend me
I have
from
to type my
doing.
email
I
password.
should just not try to do it.
What's in the box? Final submission. What's in the box for good?
Your final submission is all your stuff.
From everybody else.
If you know, final submission is everything you did.
About everybody else.
No.
I wanted to.
Everything you did for the project doesn't have anything to do with rubrics. That's why the rubrics is a separate one.
Sort of.
I wanted to.
Rubrics go there. All of your work
Not
goes
you.
here.
Not
The
you.
stuff that you looked up, the notes that you took, the,
Dude,
did
the
you
ones,
build a PowerPoint? Did you
No.
make anything?
the ones that created mine, does that go with the one I'm working on now?
That's what you put in, the
So do I
stuff,
have to make a different Excel?
your Excel for Nick, it goes to Nick. Not to me.
Oh, okay.
Your Excel for these kids goes to these kids. What they did about you, everything that scores Austin goes to you, and then you turn that in this rubrics one. So when I open up Jacob's rubrics, it's all about Jacob. And when I open Landy's, it's all about Landy. And then I can put a grade in the grade book, and I can't do it until I have them. And if I don't have them, when I get to it, probably Monday, the way things are, probably not even Monday. I've got the world's busiest weekend coming up, so I don't know if I'll get to any schoolwork over the weekend.
You have the world's biggest.
That's gonna go
How's that? I swear to beat this.
I have a college class to do. I have 4 classes with things that need to be graded. And we're moving my mother-in-law, who's been in the same place for 52 years.
The last time I was up, you were dressed hungry.
And both of my kids are working, so they can't come help.
You should type this in one time, maybe you got a special name or something. That password. You don't want it? No, I mean, 59 times and then 60 times at work. It's all.
Is that a big M or a little M?
I tried both.
That's what you gotta know.
I think it's a little less.
Why are you sleeping on the couch? That's what you do tomorrow night. Talk to my JC that one game.
Sure.
What's tomorrow night?
Well, tomorrow night.
I'm gonna be
I have
busy
to
tomorrow night.
stuff that
So like,
It's not that bad.
the people that send in your stuff.
I don't work until Saturday.
Grady's yours, as soon as you put that.
I think it's
They
just
work
like
the
Friday,
Friday.
but I get it Sunday off, so you get up to work Sunday. But it's like, it's stuff you wake in the morning.
Why was I put them
I got
together?
school,
Wasn't
and then I gotta go
You
that.
gotta put it all
I have to
together.
put them together.
Like mine and Nikki's, we both send it to you, you gotta put it in one document.
Yeah, but I put the ones that I graded.
Your mom is gonna just read that.
Now,
So,
I wanted to ask. was it-
here we are moving on.
Something to Katie.
Everybody needs to focus on
But,
Austin.
he's having troubles, so.
I know.
I did a lot of things that were like, was useless.
That's okay. That's how we learn. But you need to take a hike,
Alright,
because we need to talk about periodic table quiz 1A, which has 10 turned in. So you need to go open yours.
Is your mom coming?
Who wants to be on the screen while we talk about this?
Not me.
Not I was the last example.
Sure, me. Probably.
Somebody with the initials BS.
Yes, I know, Bruce or BJ.
yeah, mine, it's better than mine.
Why is Bruce and BJ? Who else is really bad?
BJ.
BJ, HJ.
Well, it
No.
depends if you
I
know your
forgot to
history
take
or not. But I'm a German and my initials are SS.
Oh.
Oh, that sucks.
Alright, Austin, we're waiting on you to take a hike.
alright. Let me see what my body looks like.
You know what you're doing, right?
Also,
You
you're
can
just
handle
trying
this?
to avoid the situation.
So you can have this whip by the time you come back? In like 10 minutes or maybe 15 at the outside?
Alright.
Alright.
You suck, Girl Scout.
Sure.
That's not leaving the classroom.
We go to Graduate Day first. Or I was asking for one.
Hey, question, do we go to Great Great Day?
Are we really there? He wouldn't know that.
Yeah, he would. They would tell us
No,
teachers.
it's in the announcements and I read them.
I'm gonna
Are we
go
going
an
to
announcement.
But I didn't pay attention. No, you're not. You're gonna open up this thing. Or,
I can't open. You don't know me.
or we'll fill in quiz 1A?
Can I just not open it since it's fine?
No, open it.
Ah.
You have to open it. And you have to follow along.
Oh? Oh. Doesn't even have an updated.
Is it like P?
Oh.
This one? Yes.
What is this?
Hey, look, you see.
Is the 5 the atomic number?
Yes.
Then leave it alone. If that's what you have. If you don't have that, turn it red.
I have that.
Is B the atomic symbol?
Come on.
Yes. Is boron the atomic name?
Is it okay with the element?
I put element in.
Element, yeah.
Element name? Yes.
I put, yeah, element symbol, element name.
Absolutely. And every moron knows B stands for boron, right? And 10.81 is the,
Atomic mass. It's the average
No,
of the atomic
it is
mass.
not a weight.
Mass number.
Mass.
Mass,
Oh, that's
atomic
I
mass, or mass
Yeah,
number.
I have the
Okay, either one
average
of those
atomic mass.
Atomic weight is half wrong. So highlight half of that.
Why do you?
Why does weight have to be wrong?
No.
Because it's not.
Are weight and mass the same thing?
No.
It's not even the same color, but you know, I think it's a little.
They are not. Oh,
Like, look at me, I take up not that much room, but I weigh a lot.
just a little bit less.
I'm not even kidding. I would have,
Not even kidding.
I would have 120. But I'm like yay tall, that's not.
I weighed 120 in about the 7th grade too.
Hey, but I'm short.
You were shorter than he is now.
Oh.
In 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Columns, properly referred to as families or groups, I'll take either one.
Yes. What groups?
The rows are properly referred to as
Yes.
periods.
I put
Yes.
period, but.
Because you write a sentence this way, put a period at the end. This way.
Oh,
block? Not the right
Hey,
answer.
so if we get it wrong, what do we
I
do?
said that alkaline metals and alkaline earth metals.
Who's supposed to call
Did
that?
someone tear off this tape for me?
So-
It is dreadful.
A lot of textbooks will call these the alkaline group because you have the alkaline metals,
Well, you know,
And the alkaline
I'm
earth metals.
specific, so.
alkaline group. Yes, this is specific, but it has a whole internet to look.
Hey,
Did you not look?
I did look, but there was like nothing on that.
What if you put representatives or race?
Down here, the 6 columns on the far right are collectively called the P block, but that's not what we want. Over here we find the,
Is there you put
No
no?
one gases, chemical, non-metal.
I put trans in there, I can't pronounce it.
is that collectively?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't understand what you're doing. So I failed that question, and I did it wrong.
These things are alkalis, these things are non-metals.
All
Right?
of the non-metals except for hydrogen and helium, so.
Am I wrong?
No.
These are the alkalis.
So I
These
got
are
the
the
question,
non-metals.
so I got it wrong.
Yep.
Okay.
No, you're fine. You just gave more information than you had to,
So noble gas.
which is cool. I'll take this for number 8.
Noble gas.
Non-metals. Non-metals is the key.
I know this word, I can't
The 10 short ones in the middle. They're the D block, but they're what group?
Yeah, so don't you really say S block, B block?
I didn't ask for blocks though, I asked for
What
groups.
about noble gases? Oh, it's like a group, isn't it?
No,
Transition metal.
these are the transition metals.
Why you should have done it?
And down at the bottom,
I have lanthanides and something.
lanthanides and actinides,
Rare
La.
elements.
What do you got, rare
But
metal?
these are the inner transition elements.
What if I put rare earth
Which one?
elements?
Hey, guess where we got that?
I'll buy that.
Sources on the bottom.
These are called the inner transition elements because they actually belong right here. And all of this should be scooted over. And then all of this should be scooted up, so it would be this wide. And then all of this stuff that's up here should be over here, so it should be this wide. And only this tall. So if it's, as long as 2 of my arms and only as tall as my hand, that's probably not a very good graphic. So they pull these out, I see you laughing, that's right, the very first thing we did. If you pull these out, they can scoot them together if it's on the paper bag.
What if you put rare earth and radioactive rare earth?
That's what I put.
I'll buy that.
Okay.
Now, some of you are getting some things wrong in here and you're starting to freak out about your grade.
Yes,
Don't,
why?
it'll be okay.
I'm sure.
wrong.
Not breaking out, you know, like 2 weeks left.
It'll be okay.
You know me, I was seeing an algebra 2 is gonna get mad.
I have 2 C minuses right now. Those are
I
gonna
probably
be
have
hard.
C2 or D or none.
And then we have sources,
You get what?
and your sources should have the name of the web, the name of the web page, when it was put there, and when you looked at it.
Could we just
I don't know, I use the internet.
We usually just put the website and you click on
So
it.
did
You
I.
can't put the website and click on it.
So is that right?
That is not right.
Guys, get that on your PowerPoint, not
These
you.
are good.
Is that right?
You are required to have how many sources?
2.
7.
At least 2, right?
No.
I had 4, I'm not ready
I had 2.
If you didn't do this on your sources, they're wrong.
Where's this at?
Oh my gosh, I'm retarded.
So, here's the deal. If there are 10 questions up there and 2 sources, that's 12. Count how many you got wrong.
I got 2 wrong.
12 is the total.
4. I got 4 wrong because I took them as dots.
5 out of 10.
So then you have to take 12 and do what with it?
11.
How do you get a percentage
Divide.
if you have 4 wrong?
Minus and then divide.
12 minus 4 divided by
That is
12.
What?
It's just.
You need to give me a percentage, okay?
Hey, where do you want a percentage?
Wait, you said it's out of 12.
So that's next.
It was out of 12, right?
Hang on. Yes, it's out of 12.
I'm
So you're gonna take 12, subtract however many you got wrong,
Yeah.
and then divide by 12. That's gonna give you a percentage.
Yeah.
If you got an 83,
Yeah.
I want this file name to have your last name, your first name, your school, the name that was on the file when you got it, and then 2 underscores and an 83.
What's,
So you gotta resend it in.
And then I want you to resubmit it,
wait, where you at?
same place.
Ooh, I failed that.
I got one wrong.
This
And then we'll talk about how to make sure that you're not failing.
Well, I just did.
Because that grade doesn't have to stay in the grade book. It's gonna go in the grade book, but it doesn't have to stay there. And we'll talk about
Wait,
that.
okay, so the name,
Okay.
No, they shut it down, the state would catch it.
Oh,
They would block your email.
I'll be darned.
Put a little percent
What?
sign on it too.
I'll be
Learn
done.
something every day.
What did I learn?
She can't email passwords and login names, because they would have shut down my email and her email because we're passing information we're not supposed to pass.
hey,
But how do they know that?
I don't know,
Because that means they're going in your
because
email.
the government reads everything.
But that's not
Get over
okay.
it.
That's not okay. That's personal stuff.
You know, if you're doing it on a school computer and a school email, it's school stuff. The end. So,
okay,
They didn't know that.
what?
time out. There are 9 of you in the room. I'm gonna have 9 of these that have 2 underscores and then 2 numbers behind it.
Oh,
Right?
no.
Because nobody got below a 10%, right?
Maybe I did.
And
So we're gonna
underscore.
have at least 2 numbers here.
So like an underscore.
2 underscores, and then an 82, a 95, a 67.
Oh, so I gotta figure out our percentage?
Figure out your percentage,
It says.
and then send it to me.
What if it's like this, and we round it up, or if we just put?
Yes, round that up.
Ooh, you did underscore
Well,
what?
Hey, so
Our grade.
the,
Right?
2 underscores
Figure
for
it out.
your grade percent.
that'd be wrong.
Bam.
Yep.
What she said.
Darn.
Those are wrong.
Okay, so there's 2,
Everything that's wrong should be red.
then another, so.
Everything that's wrong should be read.
12.
Oh, sent it in.
8 divided by 12.
I'm still trying to
Whatever
think.
that is.
I know.
That
There
was-
were some,
How do you do?
Just use your
That's
phone.
So you have 11 divided by 12.
I tried to explain that to her, that all you have to do is divide it, but she didn't.
It's like a 50-something.
It's just like taking your. Oh, I don't know how to explain it to you because I just can't
That
explain
is
things.
good.
What's it called?
Oh, what your percentage is?
92.
What was your score?
Oh,
How many did you have wrong?
What's it
So
called?
you can take 8 divided by 12,
No.
and you get 75.
Yeah.
So you get 75 on the end of your file. And then the next thing we talk about is how to get rid of bad grades.
Is it quiz one
Start
A?
over and do it.
Is it quiz one
Oh, probably. I wish I could get it right there.
guys, you see me in a.
Yep, P table quiz 1A. So, everybody has resubmitted
No.
with their new score.
A? I'm
I
excited.
did.
I'm excited for like this, like tonight, tomorrow night, and the next week.
I'm excited for learning.
Well, I'm not.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Let's pretend that Brittany got 7 of these wrong.
Brittany.
She did.
Thanks.
Pretend. Go along with me for a minute.
But I think pretending too far.
She's not gonna want that grade in the grade book. But it's gonna go in the grade book. Probably tonight. Maybe even before I leave the building today.
Someone failed.
So here's how you get rid of it. Everything you got wrong, you need to correct. You need to find every single thing you got wrong on a different website. You need to cite it right below the question.
What if you just forgot to cite?
If your citations were wrong, they should now be red, and underneath your first red citation should be a proper citation in black. So if we go over here,
What if we know the answer already?
we're gonna pick something. I don't care if you know the answer. Whether you can remember what I said 10 minutes ago is kind of irrelevant.
I didn't remember it.
Whether you can figure out how to correct errors is what I want to know. Whether you can prove that you have corrected an error is what I want to know. So if I actually open this with Word, it'll behave a whole lot better. It'll allow me to blow it up a little. And if we imagine that this answer was incorrect, it should look like that.
Oh, not the whole thing black?
What happens when you hit enter? I don't care if the whole thing is right or not.
Oh, you joshing me?
If you hit enter and then backspace, you can type a new correct answer. There. And now, if you really want to be an overachiever, and be nice to your instructor,
Hey, stop that.
you're going to make those easy to find. So, for all of you who've gotten a couple wrong, type a new correct answer, cite it right here. All of your new correct answers need to have their own unique citation. You can't use one website to correct 5 answers. You got 5 wrong, you have to find 5 correct answers on 5 different websites.
Oh my gosh.
That's the price you have to pay for getting them wrong and for getting your grade erased.
Do we have to do this?
You do not have to do these. If you
I'm
have
taking that
61 and you're okay with that, you can leave it. I can't make you do it.
Wait, I got 66, I think I'm fine with that. No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna be my grade.
Yes. They will bring you a
Three
grade.
turn around. There. 60 plus. Three turn around.
I'm glad that maybe poor
And I'm completely willing to drag you in front of the bus and hold you down until it gets there at parent teacher conferences.
Wow, I have a B plus.
I will tell your mom that you got an 85 on that. You could have had a 95 if you just went and looked up 2
You
more
know what my
things.
mom would have said? You know what my mom would have said? That's her own deal, not mine.
Not my fault. I did what I could.
Oh,
There's no reason for you not to have an A in this class.
Do we turn that in? I had an A.
Yes, you turned that in.
What do you call that? Something actually.
One more thing. One more thing. When you correct something like this, I don't know when to go looking for it or where to go looking for it.
So we have to email you.
You turn this back in and you email it to me. You have to do it both places. That's how you get extra credit for these. That's how you get your bad grades removed.
FML. Right now, seriously, FML.
Or you can spend a little tiny bit more time on them when you do it the first time.
I
And
did.
get 'em right.
That's
No,
not.
I'm wrong. I think I'm pretty good.
I think one wrong is pretty good too.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
I really don't care right now.
So, we move on and we correct the other one to make sure everybody knows what you're doing before I give you an assignment. It's probably going to take you like 20 minutes. So you can kill the rest of class time and have 20 minutes of homework, or you can get with it and we can go through the next part kind of fast.
Okay, go then.
I'm doing it.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm tired.
Okay, Nikki.
When did you do that? I'm tired.
Do we have 2 things to correct?
Yep. Dun, dun, dun.
PT quiz number 4, version 2.
Hey, do you erase the 83
This
or
is
what?
What?
Just trying to, when you erase it, like when you fix your stuff, do you erase the 83 when you send it?
Yeah. You should write, actually, good. I'm glad you pointed that out. When you fix something and you need to resubmit it, it should say fixed instead of I had an 83 on this. So at the end, where you put underscore 83, it should now say underscore fixed. That way I know it needs to be scored. So we're gonna pick on Ronnie this time, is that all right? Since these will all be right anyway, I figured that's the way to go.
Well, I got some piece of stuff wrong.
Are we done saving? Let's get this one opened up.
Alright, guys, open up, let's go. Oh, you shooting me?
Do I need to make this bigger? Can you see it?
I feel like I failed this. So how do you do how to do it?
That's not mine.
You know about highlighting the column headers and grabbing the crack in between two of them? You can change all of them to a certain size. Or, see how that turns into a bar with two arrows on it? No, you can't see my cursor at all, can you?
It turns into a bar with 2 arrows on it.
If it turns into a bar with two arrows on it and you double click, they'll automatically resize to fit. So,
Whoa, how did you get to 54 for the last one? It's
We're not there yet, Bree, hold on.
chill.
this math, that's a 252.083, that's what it says up there. It's not the one I went off of Bree.
Element number 4 has how many protons?
4.
Oh, sorry.
Why does element number 4 have the number 4?
Because we want it.
Because it has 4 protons. That's how those things got their number. Somebody figured out how many protons they had, counted them, and wrote it down. If they have 4 positive charges, how many negative charges do they have?
4. Good luck, guys.
4. How do I write a formula that would make a 4 show up right here? Where the 5 is?
Equal. They're all equal.
5 of them?
Hang on a second, I gotta download this because it's in an internet window and those are here too.
Please just like.
Did you know you can highlight? And then go to view and zoom and click on fit selection?
Yeah, you realize we are not smart, but we never have enough at that.
I just showed you. Were you watching? If you highlight an area and go to view, zoom, fit selection, and hit okie dokie, whatever you have selected stretches to fit exactly on the
Wait.
screen, just right.
Okay.
So, this 5
Correct.
should be a formula. What do we know about the electrons and the protons? All the time. They're equal. So I type an equal sign because I want a formula.
Equals 5.
I can go click on that thing and hit enter, and this one will equal that one. So, if I'm a smart kid, I'm probably going to do that,
Problem.
and then those are going to be right.
So the atomic.
Even if I don't know what these are,
Yep.
clear contents. And if I know that the protons are the same as the atomic number,
Oh my gosh.
couldn't I write equals, click, enter, and have this one right?
Yep.
And couldn't I pull that over there?
You are so smart, I still don't even know how to handle it.
Or we could just figure the rest of it.
So all of those should be the same.
Or we can just figure the rest of it.
Did you do that?
Figure the rest now.
Turn them red if they're not.
Okay.
Let's move on. 4 is,
BE.
which is beryllium,
Yes.
and 29 is
You copper.
Cu, and copper at the
Oh,
bottom.
Ron, I see what you
33,
did. You messed
is
your electrons
arsenic.
and neutrons, you switched them around.
yes, and 99 is
Your
Einsteinium.
electron numbers and your neutron
Okay.
numbers, you switched them around.
Are these the correct atomic masses?
No, oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
put the point.
That's what I got.
I didn't go
Yeah.
off that one, so yeah, they're right.
I rounded. So.
I-
It's
do I need-
2.083, that's what it says
Oh,
on my
arsenic, I got 7.
I have 2.2. Wait, no, I'm just kidding, that's the big one. The little one, I got 9. Mm-hmm. Then the next one, I got 63.546, the next one, I got 74.516.
I rounded them all.
And you?
You give me rounded, so
9.02 or 9.01
that's the right.
works. Copper, 0.546, yes. Arsenic, 74.9216.
Website say that. You just
Alright.
Is it okay if I rounded them all?
Are those all
Oh,
okay?
and
You should not round masses unless you're at least 2 decimal points.
well, I did. I rounded them all.
If you rounded them all, they're all half wrong.
Why?
Because rounding is wrong.
At least what about the first one?
Hang on.
No.
How many whole numbers are there up here?
None.
There's like Einstein and those like, yeah.
There's a few right here. If this was newer, this would be filled out all the way to the end. Great. If this was newer, these would be filled out all the way to the end. And these would all be whole numbers. You can't round these to whole numbers because that tells people who know stuff that we don't know what the decimals are. We just know it's going to be close to 265, 266, 269, 272, etc., etc. So, these are rounded compared to some websites, because some websites will give you 5 to 7 decimal points.
Yes, that's
You
fine.
should have at least 2 decimal points, or you're rounding too much. You're throwing away too much data.
No, I'm peanut butter and that's about it.
Having 254 on Einsteinium has to be half wrong.
That's what it said on my hand at the periodic table that you gave us, so.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it in parentheses?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't care.
then that's old enough that they didn't know. So
So-
254 you can get away with, rounding the others, no.
Okay, so 254
Why
is
do you
fine.
put
We're gonna go for
252? Why?
254 is okay.
It was an estimate. When those were printed, that was what the estimate was.
So 254 is okay.
Yes, for today,
Moving on.
yes.
How many neutrons?
Moving on down here, how do we figure out how many neutrons?
You subtract the atomic mass from the protons.
Wait a minute, that sounds like I need a formula.
Oh,
I start with what and subtract what?
Atomic mass minus,
I start with the mass, and I subtract the
protons, right?
proton. And then I pull this across.
there. That's what I got.
So are those the numbers you got?
No, I got
I got
153.
153.
You might have 153 over there.
I had 5, 36, 42, and then 153.
I had 34.
I had 153 over there, but the one.
That was all off.
Should this be 36?
No,
That's what I have, I have a different.
I had that one way off.
Time out. Time out.
That should be.
What's the math? I start
What's
with
34 though?
63.546.
546 minus.
I have to subtract 29. So let's do this thing minus
It's
this thing and hit
34.5.
enter.
So it's 35, 35.
And then we have to round it up. So we do an equal, round up, parentheses, click, enter, twice.
What? You just like trying to make it so complicated. Why don't you just put 35 in there?
Oh, I know.
You expect me
I know
to-
what it's doing. I need to tell it.
You're getting too high in expectations here.
I need to tell it to have 0 decimals. That's all I was doing wrong. So 35 is the right answer.
Put 35 in there. That would have been easier.
But the computer did it. You don't have to.
We don't want the computer doing it. We can do things by ourselves. We aren't this lazy yet. Let's just.
I'm just saying. It's pretty easy to get the computer to do things for you, and you never get them done.
What is the name of the element?
Are we done? We already did those.
Alright, then that means we're done.
Did you find 2 sources?
What is this out
Ah,
of?
shoot.
You were supposed to have 2 sources down here,
What
right?
is this out of?
I don't know. How many boxes are there?
1, 2, 3. Enough.
Go back in.
2, 4, 6 times 4.
I don't know, you tell me how many.
What's 6 times 4?
I don't know, you tell me. 24.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, 6, or 26.
There you go. It's out of 26.
So I got.
I thought it was 153.
Is there another half
It's not
point off
155.
of each one?
Which ones?
Like the one if you round.
If you rounded, yes. How round?
I guess I want.
I just didn't know.
Looky
I
there.
think there's, they haven't updated them yet.
Big lad.
Because they're buttholes. That's how they are.
So then what would be?
Say
Same as
24 or
that.
26.
26.
She still hasn't updated it. Sorry about it.
You got 92.
Has anyone noticed how much chicken we've had in the last 2 weeks? I'm tired of it.
So you're a big fan.
Hey,
Why are you looking at my head?
hey, Mr. Schneider. So it's out of 26.
Okay, and let me turn this one around over there.
You should do file save as. You should go to the right end of your file name. You should put 2 underscores and 2 numbers.
Yeah, but it won't let me turn the one that I got wrong there.
Mine had 3 numbers.
After you fix it, everything wrong has its own unique citation. After you fix it, it should be turned in with 2 underscores and fixed at the end.
If you
I
want to
understand that.
If you want.
Never mind.
What if you did two?
That is good enough, really good enough.
Yes. I don't know. Sure.
Did you get it?
Is that what your football coach says?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, that's good enough.
Sometimes.
Oh my god.
So,
This is retarded.
Told you.
It
Pretty
was.
funny.
sounds like you need to do a assignment.
No.
Right.
I literally
Why do teachers trying to kill us?
like 5
They don't
hours.
understand.
You know what? I just think you're funny.
You think I'm funny? Why?
It's not helping at all.
I know it's not helping, but I'm just saying. Teachers don't understand.
I literally don't.
I have 4 sisters
It's like 4 times.
that are brats, and I still have to help with them and do chores in that house.
Sisters have one sister that's a brat. Like it's 4, but yeah. Fine, I'll change it. 4 sisters have one sister that's a brat.
Oh.
Oh?
No, you can't change it now. Actually, I have 2 sisters.
I'm
I have a question, how many places is that?
No.
So then you only got 3 more.
Okay, so where's that going to be red?
Oh, no, I can't go with my.
Just random.
How many points is that?
You don't want the.
Okay. And I don't think that's gonna be enough to motivate you.
Triple?
Right
That
now.
doesn't even motivate me.
That's funny.
Wait, what?
And
Triple points on this assessment?
no,
Whatever.
your citations will be triple points.
Yeah, I get it. I don't care.
So,
So there were 3.
in this one,
It's due by October 5th.
Oh, I better go home.
first thing Monday.
First thing, I better get started on this tonight.
You better get started on this now, because there's another one coming.
You can't.
This is
do
5
it.
minutes. This is 5 minutes if I make you write formulas and don't let you write any numbers.
You're trying to kill me.
which I have done with my freshman before.
You
When I was
took your
teaching
freshman
computers,
before?
when I was teaching basic computers and physical science, I would make them do formulas on all of them.
I would do.
That's my size.
How are you doing?
I'm gonna eat some peanut butter rooms now.
You're not, I'll just do it.
I bought a giant bag.
Yeah, funny.
Oh, yeah, that'd be easy for us.
How is Brandon?
I'm so good at everything.
I have to do mine.
We can't open it. Don't fail me now, Williams.
She has some scissors.
She's having a hard time. What the hell? Are you okay?
I'm not gonna laugh. I have these tears in my head. I could literally pull that off and just started crying.
I'm really good at this. You know, this Okay,
I'm gonna try this one more
so
time.
this quiz thing right here, so like number one is for like the top number, and we just have to go like per day, okay?
Like, Cole's trying to have a big bag.
Oh, look at that.
Ray, if you want me to answer you, yeah.
I hope you all.
I didn't even say anything.
It did. My computer's just.
Ask me again.
So like for number one, is that like for the top thing, and then number two is for like the middle thing, or like whatever, like the 19 and.
So every time we submit something, we have to do our last name or first name in high school.
What's she doing here, guys?
Yes, it's just like Spanish.
Spanish sucks balls.
Why you?
Oh,
Is that
I think literally all of us failed Spanish.
I didn't. I had 100% in that class. All y'all just suck.
Just because, did you look up like everything online or was it somebody else?
Oh my god. I
It's not-
did the work. Thank you very much.
It's not letting me like.
There was this
Oh,
video.
I gotta
They were like saying encantada,
Bree.
and the guy's like
Yeah,
enchilada.
here, this one is about protons.
When I tried
This
to
one is
it was
about
like
neutrons,
less than
this one is about
Spanish.
This is a
So,
lot. This is too much.
why do we need a sword? We don't.
Exactly.
What do you need here?
I'm not gonna do mine again.
Alex, number.
Does anyone know what I'm at?
Madison.
What do you know? I have some.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
I never bring a charger. I'm see.
Well, he's using that.
He's using it. It's your own fault, bro.
I didn't know. I wasn't already this morning.
Why didn't you plug it in last night?
You know I have a power cord and you can move.
What are you talking about? She doesn't have a charger. That's not gonna help her any.
Nobody else has a charger either?
No.
I'm using Breeze.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I'm not really sorry about it.
Hey,
I'm
lad.
I'm sorry.
Shut up. Jacob, you too. Don't say anything.
I just cracked it.
He was just sitting there innocently. Why did you yell at him?
Because he was looking at me like he was gonna say something. I just know Jacob was going to say
That's just his face, jeez.
His face.
I got sore.
I'm ready for that.
At first I thought he was going to say he was pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, Jacob, alright, man.
Look stuff up.
Why do we need to look
That I
that
got,
up?
it's all in front of us.
Yes, you do.
Hey,
You need to.
How many sources do we have to have?
Mr. Snyder,
At least two.
Mr. Snyder, do you want us around?
It's like rounding it for me.
Oh. No, not necessarily. Make it behave. Make it do what you want it to do.
So you don't want us around?
Moments of his entire existence.
No rounding?
No.
Is it that?
Oh, boy.
When we come back.
Yeah, it's doing it for me. I don't know how to fix it.
Do you like keep updating that or something? Because every 30 seconds my phone lights up and it's like, PJ Black to do by October 5th, 2015.
So you're telling me that these
Yeah.
things are rounding automatically?
Yeah.
Should you have a whole number or a decimal number of protons, neutrons, and electrons?
Whole number.
Neither.
You have to have a.
It's a whole number.
You have to have a whole
You
number.
have full
Protons, electrons, and neutrons are always whole numbers.
What happens if we split protons,
I was
neutrons,
just
and
talking about the
electrons?
neutrons, like, cause when I do my formula.
That's
Guess
always
what? I
always
don't
gonna
really
be
doing
a number.
it.
Wouldn't that cause a
Like
nuclear
the
explosion if we split those?
Meaning if it's 64.5 around that.
God, some of people died. Maybe they you've been voted too.
Maybe I want to.
Why would you want to? The world has something else.
Q minus E?
I feel like he's gonna come young, you know?
You sure you just scored? Yeah. I don't know.
This is not showing up on my, okay. It was showing up on my phone, but it wasn't showing up on my computer.
That's always a number, it's always one more. You shut up.
I want from them.
No.
Why do we, hey,
Kind of-
Mr. Snyder, why do we even need to cite sources and places?
Color and label are blocks.
Go to the web, find information. You have to be good at that.
No.
Why do you need
What if our
to?
brain already knows it?
If your brain already knows it,
Every
good for you.
person doesn't like peanut
It's
butter.
not great stuff, you're supposed to. But yes, good for you.
Okay, don't know it. God, guys.
You guys want to hear a story I once heard? This
Yeah.
kid in Mitchell was allergic to peanut butter, but they'd never tried like a Reese's cup before, and they really, really wanted to. So he grabbed his EpiPen and he was like, "Alright, guys, better dial 911." And so he eats a Reese's cup and he's like, "This is so good." And then he stabs himself in the leg with an EpiPen and he's like, "Yeah, I need to go to the doctor now."
Oh my god, that's funny.
It was like, that would be me if I was allergic to peanut butter.
Can I have some?
Have you tried the candy corn? Oh my god, they're so awesome.
Like standing on these? No, I've seen them, but I've never tried them. What do they
Oh,
taste
they're so awesome.
like? Like chocolate?
Tastes like candy corn and chocolate.
Candy corn's disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Candy corn is awesome.
We sat in your house. Was that me and you that had like this huge bag of candy corn?
I
ate them.
I remember when I was sick one day, my mom brought me candy corn. Cough drops.
Yeah, she brought her a bag of candy corn and cough drops, and we ate the whole bag. And when I went to her house, and we like sat there and ate all of her Halloween candy.
Hey, you guys make me happy.
Those are the best days of my life.
Say.
Hey, guys, I'm getting my hair dyed.
You just did this, right?
I'm officially getting my hair dyed blue, guys. Alright, we got
I really
like.
want to. I don't think I
When you're ready, you should be able to plug it into your computer.
will.
It's just for what? It is what?
Don't matter how you give it a minute or two and then turn it on.
I hope it doesn't work.
Oh, it's right there, you can take it. Are you literally gonna?
She didn't even wipe it off.
You know that there's middle schoolers in here?
Yeah.
And Austin? You know that's on the bottom of his
You know I live on a farm. I
I guarantee you forgot Austin that whole entire time. You're piranhas.
Watch him sound like he does.
To get her some or not, you really.
People knows they are.
Yeah.
Glad you're made out of purpose. Yeah.
Kind word.
Those are my favorites though.
With my
These
dad.
are like all fall colors. This is supposed to be a fall color bag.
No, I'm gonna get a red one, those are matches.
I don't know what to type. That's so like look up.
Two websites.
I'm just gonna search. It's a talk about sex ed. Do you really want to know now?
Wait, what?
That thing in Gregory, they're having like the person come in, they're gonna talk
Oh
about
my
sex
god,
ed.
every single year they do that.
We
Everybody
don't every
always
single
like.
year we go, and this year
There's
I'm just not
There's
feeling it.
like literally a handful of people that just need to be pulled to the side and like, this is about you. Listen up. But they never do that, and it makes me sad.
I still don't know.
Is this the one we go for when you're bigger?
What?
Are we going to the stupid Gregor thing again?
What's the bigger thing?
We're like talking about.
Exactly, see, we're not going. Who cares?
But he's not a high school teacher. Pretty sure. Well, like, I don't know. Maybe he does though. I can't remember. How a whole year ago.
Just like,
Yeah, you don't need to go do stupid things and sit there in Gregory school. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
You want me to take this back down?
What are you sorry, but you're not sorry for?
Oh, I'm no.
Sorry for hurting your feelings, but then I'm sorry, or I'm not sorry because I don't care.
Be there.
You should be sorry for it.
And then put it back up there, put it down, and start chopping.
God, you're just stupid.
it's like,
I'm trying to think where those like a pancake, you cut it off.
Today's Thursday.
It's not a big
I thought it was.
Is this Mifflin?
October 1st.
It doesn't matter. If you don't roll it up, I can put it back up next time.
Sure.
That's about the only time you need it is an hour and a half at a time. Whether or not you pull it down, you use the board up.
Hey, I did that before.
See stuff all over it all the time.
I got first place and second place, and then there was only 2 girls, so I did.
Oh, we're not going.
Sorry, man. Not going. We're not going.
You know, we don't need to go.
There's no
Just
point.
because every day that something happens in Gregory doesn't mean we have to take a school field trip to Gregory just to sit there and listen to people talk.
Is that like?
no, I don't want to sit there awkwardly and learn about sex ed.
Exactly. Hey, lad. Watch yourself.
I just heard that whole entire conversation on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Okay, do not tell any of the Gregory people we were just talking about them because it's.
Did you ever think the reason you think it's stupid is maybe the reason you need to go?
We didn't say we needed to do
I know. But the reason you think it's stupid is probably the reason you should go. 'Cause what has that stuff been about? Oh.
Hey, Mr. Snyder, you said that like when you cite the sources that you have to have the website at the end of it.
Yeah, tell you no.
Is that yeah?
The only reason we're
Ah,
doing this
I like your
is
last
because we have the same thing every year and nobody ever.
That's a nice
like hot dogs.
Sure.
Hannah, that was not for you.
Can I go down to the office and get some pens?
I think that might be helpful.
VRE. And then I'm gonna have to come along, because, oh man, I'm a druggie. I'm on drugs.
This will tell you more than you ever wanted to know.
Then we go to like 4 things
One
you
author,
already
2
read.
authors, 3 authors, all of that kind of stuff. And I'll find a couple. Because I can go to EasyBit and get EasyBit to do something
The
good.
thing's just not working.
So I'm gonna find a couple.
Did you turn it
Put
on?
them together and start moving those and everybody can see them.
What you do, okay.
No, it's a comic man. Yeah, it is. Yeah, man. That's fine.
That's all Sam said, close the meeting.
Well, we'll find out now.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great minds think alike. Lunch, carried out chicken with rice and orange juice. There will be no middle school volleyball practice today. Reminder to middle school volleyball players, t-shirts are in and have to be paid for before you may have them. High school volleyball versus Boyd County in Longfield today. Tea game at 5:15. Bus leaves at 4. The cross-country tutor invite will be held today at the Bird Golf Course. Start time is 4:15. Runners will go out to the course after school is dismissed. There will be a mile run for kids grade 6 and under today at the cross-country meet.
We did not finish all of those because there was a bunch more after that. Yeah, they just looked it up.
Why don't you go yell at him?
No.
She never flipping answers. Ugh. I don't have to edit all day long.
Huh?
they whine and complain like that when you guys were in middle school too? So I just blocked out then?
Yep.